Hi, did you in today's thought? As I said yesterday, 2 days before you're seeing this, because I recorded them the day before you're seeing them, but I said that I had no plans to watch the debate between Biden and Trump, and I didn't. What I did do was I went to, there's a couple websites that they have live blogging. People watch the debate and they comment on it and they tell you what the questions are, what the answers are. A running commentary. I kept that on just so if something extraordinary happened, then I could learn about it. And I knew the candidates always just repeat their talking points, their positions that they had before the debate, the one they've been campaigning on for the whole election cycle. So I don't really see a big point in watching a debate. And it's just moderators asking a question and giving each candidate a minute, 2 minutes, 90 seconds, whatever, to reply. That to me is not a debate. A debate to me is Lincoln Douglas, where one candidate goes. So if I had my druthers, one druther that I mentioned in the past was have an equal number of moderators, questioners. Each candidate picks half of the moderators, and then each candidate takes questions only from the other candidates' moderator choices. Then you would have challenging questions all the way through, and you would have some really interesting debates. But that would be the number one. Number two would be I would do it like a chess match, a timed chess match. If you've ever, I don't play chess, but I've seen you've seen it when you have where there's a time limit, where there's a clock in between the two candidates and between the two players, and there's a button on either side. You make your move, then you push the button to stop your time, and it starts the time for the other player, and back and forth to get done within a limited time. That would be my ideal, an even more ideal debate for me, is say if it's 90 minutes, just set the clock for 90 minutes, let one candidate start, say whatever the candidate says, whatever he wants, pushes the button to stop his time, then the other candidate speaks and pushes the button when he's done speaking. And that way you get, number one, you'll get, I would predict, more succinct, less time wasting answers because you're using up your time. You want to end up with more time than you want your opponent, the other candidate, to run out of time before you do, because then you have the entire remaining time to say whatever you want, and the other candidate can just as well walk off the stage because that candidate cannot speak anymore, and you get short, sharp, to the point answer. So that would be my number one choice. But to paraphrase Donald Rumsfeld, a former Secretary of Defense, you go into a debate with the format that you have, not the one that you wish you had, and that's what happened. So we saw what happened. What happened was after, so I saw the commentaries about how Trump was acting and about Biden I know he has Alzheimer's. That was my only question, which is one reason why I did not watch the debate, because I knew it would be painful to watch. Either he would be hopped up on drugs, Biden, shouting for the whole time, or he would not be on drugs and would do what you saw. And remember, he prepped for 1 week for the debate, with 16 people prepping him. That's the number I read. And I read that they even rented an airplane hangar and created an exact duplicate of the debate stage. So all that preparation, and you saw the result. And it's raising, number one, as you've read this is just liberal Democratic sites and Democratic commentators saying, what are we going to do now? Real panic, because Biden is the candidate, the Democrat candidate, and they're talking about he can't. How do we get rid of him? And the answer is they can't unless he voluntarily decides to do it, because he won in the primaries over 90%, I think 99%, over 90% of all the delegates. Delegates are all pledged to him. Unless he releases those delegates, there's really no way to replace him with somebody else. And he's already said, or the New York Post at least reported that he's already said that he intends to participate in the next debate, the September 10th debate, and he intends to continue his candidacy. Now, there's speculation that Trump might forego the second debate. He's so far ahead. Why bother? Why give Biden a second chance? I guess he'll look at the polls if they turn around, but if he's way ahead, why do it? But I would say that the issue, what I'm going to get to today, the real meat of today's thought, is that it's not a matter. People are saying, well, Biden had a cold. Well, that would be, he could have said, well, I have a sore throat because I have a cold, but that does not explain his stumbles, his confusion, his forgetting where he is. We've all had colds. We can still function. We just have a sore throat or whatever, or maybe we have to lay in bed. And if he was really seriously sick, he could just say, well, look, I'm sick, just as Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers. I think it's Jake. He had a stomach ailment suddenly, and they scheduled a boxing match and they just pushed it off. So Biden should have said, I have a cold. We can put it off for a week. No indications of him having a cold, and no indications of him having a cold immediately after the debate when he was speaking somewhere. Actually, he didn't speak that much. He just stood there like a scarecrow while his wife spoke, which is what you're seeing more and more of. His wife speaks, Biden just stands there. And that's what you saw on the debate stage, except that his wife could not come up to the stage and speak for him. So it looks like he is the candidate, but he didn't have a cold. He has Alzheimer's, and it's really, even some conservative commentators have done this, but there's no excuse for the Democrats who know what's going on, saying that, both sides treating this as a regular debate, that Trump was really good on this issue. He had a really good answer to this or that or the other thing. And Biden said this, but he didn't mention that. No, the issue is that Biden has Alzheimer's. He is in a mental decline, and that's not reversible. You can slow the decline, but you cannot stop it. And maybe I should knock on wood here because I'm no spring chicken, and my mind is functioning so far. But you always have to worry about something like that, which, by the way, little health tip, I'll throw this in, little digression. I read that 7 grams, they did a test, one of these, they tested a large number of people, and they found that people who regularly consume olive oil, at least 4 to 7 grams a day, have a much reduced chance of getting Alzheimer's. So now I am having, that's about 7 grams is about a teaspoon and a half. So every morning now I take a teaspoon and a half of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I recommend everybody do the same. You'll find out sometimes these studies, another study will come out debunking the first one, but if it doesn't work, a teaspoon and a half of olive oil is not going to hurt you. Some olive oil really tastes good. There are different kinds. So that's my recommendation. Take it for what it's worth. But getting back to Biden, there's no amount of olive oil that's going to help him at this point. He's only going to get worse. And the important question that people are asking is, obviously, he is not running the country. That is the bottom point. That is the bottom line. He's not capable of running the country. He is not running the country. He is always, when he makes statements and when he's entertaining a foreign dignitary at the White House, you can see how slow he is, and you can see he is constantly referring to note cards. And the question is, who is writing these note cards? Because they are dictating what he does. And when he reads the teleprompter, that it's somebody is writing these note cards, but these note cards that whoever is writing, that person is not making the policy that is on the note cards. I'm sure they are. You want to know who is running the country, and this is who is running the country. Barack Obama is running the country. We are really in a third Barack Obama term because the staff that Biden has, they are Obama administration holdovers. And I find it hard to believe that none of those people are speaking with Barack Obama to find out what does Barack want. But either way, even if they don't, they have the same ideas. They have the same worldview, the same mindset. Their attitude towards tossing Israel and Saudi Arabia under the bus and kowtowing to Iran. That was Obama's policy, but it's a policy of this White House, but it's really the policy of the Obama holdovers who are really running the country, which is one reason why they were so desperate to hide his condition to stay in power. Because even, let's say Gavin Newsom comes in and replaces Biden on the ticket, and suppose Newsom wins. What is he going to do? He's going to bring his own people in. He's not going to keep the Obama holdover. So the Obama, I'm going to call them for ease of, for convenience of reference, the Obama, I forgot. Maybe I'm getting old here. The Obama Collective. I want to call them the Obama Collective. The Obama Collective is running the country right now. They would not be running the country if anybody, but even possibly if Kamala Harris, time to knock on wood again, becomes president, she might want her own people too. But definitely other than she, anybody else will bring their own people, and the Obama Collective, and by extension, Obama himself will be out of power. But that is who's running the country, the Obama Collective. But now who they are, their names, which specific person is doing what, who knows? I would say, she's not on the staff, but that's the other thing. People who are not even in the White House. Valerie Jarrett, Susan Rice. Susan Rice is performing some kind of function. I can't remember. I think it's to get out the vote. The idea that using federal agencies, corralling the federal agencies to go out and register to increase voting participation, which mysteriously I predict would be in Democrat areas that the Democrats need for Biden to win. So that is who is running the country, and it's really scary because it's really, I just use collective, but we can call it, they're not, it's not a military. That's the other problem with this administration. Nobody has, except for Lloyd Austin, Secretary of Defense. Nobody has any military. There's nobody with military experience, and don't get me started on no business experience either. They're all academics career elected officials and career government workers with no experience, very little in the private sector or the military. But though they're not in the military, they are functioning pretty much like a junta, and a junta who the names of whose members we don't even know. And I guess that's it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought, and I'm afraid that's what I have to leave you with today. My thought for today. It's a scary thought. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Your comments welcome, as always, in the comment section below the video. If you could share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it, that would be really great. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.